Hey there! Are you ready to take charge of your education and become a critical thinker? Sick of blindly accepting what you're told without questioning it? Well, get ready, because in this video, I'm going to give you the tools to develop your critical thinking skills and take control of your learning journey. It's a pleasure to welcome you back to Uninterrupted Learning. In this video, we're going to give you 10 tips for building critical thinking skills for self-education. These tips will help you to develop your skills and become a more effective learner. So, let's dive in and start learning. And if you find this content helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Number 1, start with the basics. Are you ready to dive deep into a new topic? Well, before you do that, let's take a step back and make sure we have our foundations set in stone. That's right. Tip number 1 is to start with the basics. Think of it like building a house. You need a sturdy foundation before you can build up to the roof. In the same way, you need to have a solid understanding of the basics before you can tackle more complex issues. So, don't be too eager to jump ahead to the fancy stuff. Take your time and make sure you have a good grasp of the fundamentals. This will make it much easier to build upon your knowledge as you go along. And remember, there's no shame in going back to basics even if you're already an expert in your field. It's always good to refresh your memory and make sure you haven't missed any key concepts. Number 2, question everything. Oh boy, do I love this tip. Questioning everything is the hallmark of a curious and critical mind. Don't just accept things at face value, my friends. Challenge the status quo and dig deeper to uncover the underlying assumptions and biases. When you question everything, you open yourself up to new perspectives and ideas that you might not have otherwise considered. Questioning everything is important because it helps you develop a critical mindset. When you question things, you're not just accepting them blindly, but rather actively engaging with the information and analyzing it. Asking questions also allows you to uncover any biases or assumptions that may be present in the information you're presented with. These biases and assumptions can greatly affect how you perceive and interpret the information, so it's important to be aware of them. Furthermore, questioning everything helps you become a more independent thinker. You're not just relying on what others are telling you, but rather taking an active role in seeking out information and evaluating it for yourself. Number 3, consider different perspectives. Now let's face it, we all have our own opinions and beliefs that we hold dear. However, to truly think critically, we need to be able to step outside of our viewpoints and see things from multiple angles. That's where considering different perspectives comes in. By taking the time to understand different viewpoints, we can gain a deeper understanding of the topic at hand and even challenge our own beliefs. It's like putting on a pair of glasses with a different lens and seeing the world from a different perspective. So whether you're discussing politics, science, or even just a simple argument with a friend, take the time to consider different perspectives. Who knows, you might even learn something new and gain a whole new perspective on the topic. Hey there, folks. Can you believe we're already halfway through our video on critical thinking tips? Time flies when you're learning, right? Well, here's the exciting news. If you stick around until the end of the video, we've got a special bonus tip that's going to blow your mind. Trust us, it's worth it. So keep watching, keep learning, and get ready for some serious critical thinking skills. Number 4, look for evidence. We're still on a roll with our tips for thinking critically. Now we're at tip 4, which is to always look for evidence. Don't be swayed by claims and arguments that lack concrete proof. It's essential to examine the evidence and sources behind the information presented to you. This could be in the form of scientific studies, statistics, or first-hand accounts. By looking for evidence, you can separate fact from fiction and make more informed decisions. Consequently, you'll be able to have a more informed and well-rounded opinion on the matter. Remember, just because something sounds good or seems plausible, it doesn't mean it's true. Don't forget, it's always better to be an evidence-based thinker than a gullible one. Number 5, practice active listening. Tip number 5 is all about becoming a better listener. You may think you're a good listener, but are you? When someone is speaking to you, do you hear what they're saying, or are you already planning your response in your head? Active listening means focusing solely on the person who's speaking and trying to understand their point of view. This requires patience, empathy, and an open mind. Active listening involves not just hearing what someone is saying, but also trying to understand their perspective and communicating that understanding back to them. This can involve asking clarifying questions, summarizing what they've said, and validating their feelings or concerns. By actively listening, you can gain a deeper understanding of the other person's point of view and build stronger relationships. It's an important skill to have in both personal and professional settings, and can lead to more productive and positive interactions with others. And hey, if you've been watching this video so far, you're already an active listener. Thank you for sticking with me until the end of the video. As promised, we have a bonus tip for you. Bonus number 1, don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's right, mistakes aren't always a bad thing. In fact, they can be an incredibly valuable learning opportunity. When you're working on improving your critical thinking skills, it's important to remember that it's okay to be wrong. Being wrong can help you grow and learn even more. One of the key aspects of critical thinking is being willing to accept and learn from your mistakes. Nobody is perfect, and everyone makes mistakes. However, some people have a hard time admitting when they're wrong or acknowledging their mistakes. This can hinder their ability to think critically and grow as individuals. When you're open to the possibility of being wrong and willing to learn from your mistakes, you become more adaptable, resilient, and effective in your problem-solving skills. You learn to evaluate your thought processes and identify areas for improvement, which ultimately leads to better decision-making and more successful outcomes. And that's it for our first 5 tips for building critical thinking skills. We hope you found this video informative and useful in your journey to becoming a better critical thinker. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tune in to part 2 for even more tips to become a critical thinking master. We can't wait to connect with you again in the upcoming video.